If you're tired of waking up unmotivated, it is time you download the Mindset Daily Motivation app and start your day with new motivational alarms. Let's go!
The biggest drug on earth is not cocaine, it's not fentanyl, it's not dope, it's problems. Because the deepest fear everybody has is they're not enough. And our deeper fear is if we're not enough, we won't be loved. We have 6 human needs: certainty, uncertainty. Because think about this, if you were certain every moment of your life, you know what they're gonna say before they're gonna say it. But if you knew what someone's gonna say before they're gonna say it, you know what's gonna happen before it's gonna happen every moment of every day. In the beginning, it'd be cool. But after a while, what would you feel?
Bored.
Out of your mind bored. So God, in her infinite wisdom, gave us uncertainty. We need variety. We need surprise. So I ask people, you got a stadium, 15,000 people, and I say, how many of you love surprises? And everybody raises their hand, yay. And I go, bullshit. You love the surprises you want. The surprises you don't want, you call problems, but we need those too, right? Third need is significance. They need to feel unique. You need to feel special. They need to feel important. Who do you think has that need?
But all of us.
Everyone.
Yeah.
And some people, though, it's like, I don't want significance. I don't want to be unique. I don't want to be special. That's only because they feel if they get special, they'll get attacked. Some people do it by earrings. Some people buy tattoos in certain areas. Some by knowing box scores about a sport more than anybody else. Some people by their art. Some people by the way they dress. Some people by their money. Some people being more generous. Everyone finds a way, okay? But you can also get significance by tearing other people down. So why do we have so many warriors in their little house, doing their little virtual signaling, doing what they're doing? Because they've never done anything with their life. And it used to be, I'd have to confront you. Now I don't confront you. I don't even know who I am. I can say all this terrible shit. And I'm sitting in my own place and make myself feel significant because I make you smaller, I'm bigger. It's why social media is so terrible. There's great things in social media. That's what's so terrible about it. It's like people now can meet their need for significance without much effort. Now, fourth need, connection and love. Everybody wants love. Most people settle for connection because they've had love at one point and it was so painful when it ended, they decided to settle for connection. How can you get it? You can get it by going for a run and feeling connected to God of the universe, nature. You can get it by prayer. You can get it by being with some friends. You can get it by making love. You can get it by getting a dog. If nothing else, get a dog, don't get a cat. Cats leave, but dogs, you leave for 2 minutes. It's like you've been gone for 6 months. They'll make you feel very loved. There's a million ways to feel connection and love. Some are positive, some are negative. Some people get connected by their problems. They're always comparing problems. You ever seen two people comparing, but I have this, well, you think that's bad. Let me tell you mine. They're arguing over significance and they're connecting through their problems. I've never met a human being. I've worked with kings, queens, winners of everything you can imagine, Academy Awards, scientists. There's some point in which you might feel for someone you care about most that you're not smart enough, young enough, old enough, pretty enough, funny enough, rich enough, playful enough, something enough. And it is the worst feeling on earth. To feel like you are unloved and worthless is internal death. So people come up with a story. It's just because I have this dyslexia, that's why. But that's not why they're feeling what they're feeling right now. It's because they're fearful. And so if you have a big problem, that's why I'm not where I want to be. It's not that I'm not enough and not worthy of love. Here you are in Hollywood. Why do people come to Hollywood?
Be famous.
To be famous, right? They don't know what that really is. If they did, some of them would move away from it. But significance is what they're looking for. But what they really want is love. That's what everybody wants. But you know what the problem is? They think if they're significant, everyone's going to love them. And I get these clients, without mentioning any names, the biggest names in Hollywood, the biggest names in sports. And you know what their number one thing is? They're angry. Why are they angry? Because they thought if I'm significant, everybody loved me. And now they go, people rip me online. They interrupt me with my family trying to have dinner. They don't give a shit about me. They just want a picture. They just want this. And if I don't do it, they write that about me.
They care about themselves.
They care about themselves. And so what happened is I thought by being significant, I would be loved. And now I'm super significant and I'm not loved. I'm attacked. Because the more you try and push your significance on someone, the less significant they make you. If you love someone, there's nothing more significant than that. True love, not a trade. Not I'll love you if you give me something. Genuine love. And if that happens, you become significant in people's lives. But that's the number one challenge in this community. So significance, love have attack. If you're significant, you're the individual. But I need to be connected. Well, if I'm so connected, who am I? And that's the pull. The secret to it all are the final two needs. These are the spiritual needs, not religious, but spiritual. And that is, we all must grow. When you grow, you feel alive. And if you don't grow, you start to die inside. And this isn't my rule. Everything in the universe grows or dies, as you well know. This is the law of the universe. If your relationship's not growing, it's dying. Don't bullshit yourself. If your business is not growing, you're a businessman, you know, it is not growing, it is dying. You better do something now, right? But we grow so we have something finally to give, which is where meaning comes in life. When I grow, I have something more to give. And if I can give that to someone, then my life is more meaningful. If you went to Vegas and you pull down that jukebox thing and you get boom, 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 bars, 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 what's your reaction?
Amazing.
Amazing. Wow, this isn't it. And then you pull it a second time and you get it again.
Amazing.
And you do it a third time and you get it again.
Less amazing.
And now you do 100 times.
Yeah, less amazing.
And now what you have is a job. You do this and you got a predictable outcome. The fact that you don't know what the outcome is, that's the jackpot in it that gets someone hooked on anything. That's what makes it significant, because it's scarce. We're all going to go through extreme stress in our lives, but how do you use stress, or does stress use you? And so my whole thing is help people, show them how to use stress, because I don't care how good a person you are. I don't care how spiritual or religious you are. I don't care how smart you are, how rich you think you are. Every human being is going to go through extreme stress multiple times in their life. And the real question is, what are you going to do with it? And the first thing is, if you're going through hell, keep going. But if you keep going, you discover, number one, how strong you really are. Because if you don't give up, you'll discover who you are. But the second you find out is who your real friends are. Because when things aren't so great, you get to see who those are. And then third, it almost gives you like an inoculation to future stress. So I'm big on change your story, change your life. And I'm big on understanding the narrative of where you are in the story of your life. Because if you understand where you are, it gives context, it gives meaning, and it doesn't make you feel overwhelmed. Most people you talk to, of any, even quote, successful people, whatever that means, they're stressed all the time. Stress. I'm so stressed. You hear people talk about stress all the time. It's like they argue about who's more stressed. And I look at that and go, why are they stressed? And the answer is because they're managing their life. We're not made to manage circumstances. We're made to create. We were created by something. Call it your creator, call it the universe, call it God, whatever you want to call it. And we were made to create. And when we create, we're alive. When we just try to maintain or manage or hold on to something, if we're just caught up in making a living instead of designing a life, and that's why so many people have so many challenges. I tell people there's two types of motivation, right? There's push motivation. You know, you're making something happen, and I have enormous willpower. I'm sure you do. Most of the people we probably interact with have great willpower, right? But there's still a limit to it. There's no limit to pull motivation. Pull is there's something so magnificent you want to serve, something that you care about more than yourself. That's where all the energy in life comes from. You know what's in your heart and your soul, what wakes you up in the morning and makes you go. And I think if I hadn't had the pain, I don't think I would have been sensitized. But I also, if I hadn't felt the pleasure of serving and seeing impact on such a large scale, then you'd be limited. Because listen, meeting your own needs is not that hard. Like my biggest beef with right now since COVID is this whole self-care revolution we've got. I mean, you got to take care of yourself. Don't get me wrong. I take care of myself, and you get weaker and weaker the more you focus on yourself. The human mind is always going to figure out something that isn't good enough. But when you're serving, you're not there. Like your mind's not there. You're with the people. You're with what you're doing. And it's the escape from the mind's reductionism. And so I really believe that the secret to life is to find something you care about more than yourself that gives you that pull motivation. And then you're never going to lack for energy. You're never going to lack for passion. You're never going to lack for anything. And you're going to have a life that's extremely meaningful. It's not happy every moment. There's not meant to be. If you smile, have you ever smiled so much your face hurt? Yeah. We need variety. But meaning, that's something you can find no matter what. If you want a breakthrough, it's three things: strategy, story, state. Most people, if they want to have a breakthrough, they want to change their body, want to change their life, they look for how to do it. And that's natural, but it's the absolute wrong order. And if you do things in the wrong order, it's like having the numbers to a phone for someone and you dial in the wrong order, you don't reach somebody. Or the vault, right? You got the right numbers, wrong order, the vault doesn't open. Why are so many people overweight in this country? Like 60% of the population is overweight. How is that possible? Is it because what it takes to be fit and strong is so incredibly complex? No. Only the 1% knows? No. It's super expensive? No. You have to work not to know what to do. So the how is not the problem. So I say strategy, story, state. That's how you have a breakthrough. Yes, I'm a strategist. The right strategy can save you 10 years. I love that. It's fun. But if I start with a strategy, you'll listen and go, yeah, that's cool, and you won't do it. The real problem is the story you have. The story you have is, I've tried everything. The story you have, nothing works. The story has, all the good ones are gone, and I'm gay and they're not, or they're gay and I'm not. The story is the belief you've told yourself over and over, because belief is the invisible force that controls everything in your life. And when you have a belief that you've honed because you're fearful and you've never done this before, then I can show you exactly how to do it, and you'll say it doesn't work, I've tried that. Yeah, how many times, how hard, how many minutes, right? But what's behind the story is your state, your mental, emotional state. If I said to you, I am gonna lose 12 pounds in the next 6 weeks, there is non-negotiable, here's what I'm gonna do, this and this and this and this. Do you think I'm gonna do it?
Yes.
You bet your ass I'm gonna do it, right? You can feel the state.
Yeah.
So people are usually trying to figure out how to do something, and they got a story about it, when what they need first is the state. When you go in the right state, haven't you had this happen where you get in a flow and something comes through, you're hitting a tennis ball, or you're speaking, and at the end of it, you're like, that was pretty awesome. I did that. How'd I do it? I don't know. That shit just flowed. That was pretty awesome, right? You're in a peak state. I put people in a peak state while they're doing the things we're talking about. Creating life on your terms, like deciding what are the immutables. It's like, if you want to take the island, you've got to burn your boats. If you have a way to go back, the mind will rationalize and you will go back. But if you really are committed to a greater quality of life, you got to master the science of achievement and the art of fulfillment. And fulfillment is not like achievement. There's very cool real rules for achievement, like what to do with your body. Multiple ones, but there's certain fundamentals that are immutable. What to do financially, certain things that are immutable. Success without fulfillment is failure. And fulfillment is an art. It's not a science. It's different for you and me and everybody we meet. And so what I say to people, you want your life to keep growing, keep putting yourself in new environments. Keep getting around things you're not used to, and let something hit you. Like, people don't know their passions because they keep going and doing the same things. It's like, get around where it's better and see what hits you. And something's gonna strike you. Something's gonna wake you up. Something is gonna make you feel more, desire more, want to give something to life as opposed to just live your life. I believe there's 3 decisions you make every moment of your life. You're making them right now if you're listening to me, and so is your audience. The first one is, what are you gonna focus on? You're gonna be focused on what happened yesterday, what you're gonna have for lunch, what I'm saying, how it relates to you. There are millions of things you can focus on. But you don't experience life. You experience the life you focus on. And most of us are distortion, deletion creatures. Our brains don't take it all in consciously, it's too much. So our brains delete things, we distort things, we generalize things so we can make it through our lives. And so if you don't control your focus, you react. If you succeed and you're not fulfilled, what do you got? How many people have taken their life, they're super successful on the surface, but they weren't fulfilled? Some of the people made everybody on earth laugh when they took their life. Some people did businesses and took their life. You don't want, I don't think most people are gonna take their life, but you don't wanna live more decades and not really be here, not experiencing fulfillment. So my passion is to help people be fulfilled, not just achieve. Self-esteem comes from doing incredibly difficult things where you know you pushed yourself. It's not virtue signaling, it's not telling people about it. It's what you know inside your soul is true. And the more you do things that are incredibly difficult, and especially things that are meaningful, meaning they're not just about yourself, the higher that esteem would be. I think the most important thing for self-esteem is to find something you care about more than yourself. As long as you're in your own head, the nature of the mind is reductionism, right? Good, bad, right, wrong, all those types of things. Of course, life is much more, many different hues than that. And so when you find something you care about, whether it's your kids or whether it's something, your job, your career, whether it's a mission you have, that's something you want to bring to the world, nonprofit, it doesn't matter what it is. If you find something you care about more than you won't be thinking about yourself all the time, and all your bullshit self-esteem just goes out the window. You can have crappy self-esteem and achieve a hell of a lot. Now, the real question is, what do you want? And I think if you want an extraordinary life, which my definition of that is life on your terms. Like, what's my idea? It might be different than yours completely. Some people, it's 3 beautiful children, a white picket fence. Some people, it's building a multi-billion-dollar business. Somebody else, it's writing poetry, right? So instead of looking for somebody else, it's like, okay, what do you really want from your life? And aligning yourself with moving forward towards what you really want. And I think if you can do that in a way that also you feel serving others simultaneously, there's a sense of meaning in life that can't be replaced by self-esteem or praise or compliments or being nice to yourself. And I don't think it's bad to be tough on yourself. I'm pretty tough on myself, to be honest with you. But I'm much better at celebrating now. And I also realize being overly tough on yourself usually comes by making, comparisons that don't make sense. Your life is ordinary and everything seems fine, and then something hits you and it's the call to adventure. It doesn't feel like a call. It feels like somebody in your family's got cancer. Or it feels like, COVID and somebody shut down your business, or, some issue that's happening in your relationship with your kids. But if you take the call and you go on the journey, you're going to meet some new friends. You're going to find some new mentors. You're going to battle with internal things within you and external things. But if you keep going, you're going to eventually slay your dragons and you come out and the hero of your own life, and you have something to share that isn't bullshit. It's not something you read somewhere. It's something you've lived.
Something you want.
And everybody can feel you've lived it because it's a different level of ownership, And then, by the way, as soon as you do that, it happens again. You're called on another journey. You have a new level of challenge that you need to go on. It just never ends, but it makes life really, really beautiful. I think it's important to realize wherever focus goes, energy flows. It's corny, but it's true, right? In fact, maybe an easier way of saying it is we don't experience life. None of us do. We experience the life we focus on. So in any moment, what's wrong is always available. So is what's right. So it's not about being positive. It's about being intelligent, right? When you're in a totally negative state and the world's going to end, and there are people like believing that in the next 12 years, the entire environment's going to collapse and they won't have a child. You got to look at the impact of what you're believing, and you got to look at and say, where's my focus going? I can always be upset about something. I can always find something to be joyous or at least grateful for, which leads to joy. And I think it's having that, learning to discipline your disappointments, not allow them to grow and to move on and to use whatever life has given you